Hello students. In our previous lectures, we have seen the sexual reproduction in flowering plants and before that reproduction in organisms. Now, let me ask one question. The question is like whenever we see in this world, there are two different types of organism. If human also we talk about, there are two different types of humans. One will be like when we see the females and when we see the males. So male and female have very different type of structures and that distinguish the male as from the female. So that distinguishing structure which we talk about in which are different in male and which are different in female are called as secondary sexual characters. And when you can distinguish a male from female, that is called as sexual dimorphism. So now the chapter that we are going to start is human reproduction. In that human reproduction, we will be seeing all the processes involved in the formation of gametes and then fusion of gametes and then development of embryo overall collectively. So that human reproduction will be the chapter. Now let's study about the two major points. First is the puberty and second is the secondary sexual characters. So what is a puberty? Puberty is the stage in the lifespan of an individual where the sexual organ starts to function. Okay, the stage, what is it? Stage at which sexual organ starts to function. Sexual organs means what? In male, sexual organ is testis. In female, the sexual organ is ovary. So the testis starts producing sperm and ovary starts producing ovum at certain particular stage. That stage is called as puberty. In male, that stage comes a little bit earlier. It is from 10 to 11 years. 10 to 11 years you will get, or a male attain puberty at this stage. In female, it will be 12 to 13 years. Okay, so at this stage what actually happens? In male at this stage, the hormone which is actually called as testosterone hormone will be secreted by testis. Testosterone hormone also helps in the formation of sperm. And what is the sperm? Sperm is the male gamete. Right? Sperm is male gamete. In female, there will be another hormone secreted by ovary. First is estrogen and second is progesterone. This estrogen and progesterone collectively control the entire regulation of sexual characters and sexual functions in the male and female. Okay, sorry, not in male, only in female. Now, in female, what will happen due to the influence of these hormone? Ovum will be formed, and this ovum is called as female gamete. So what is puberty? Puberty is the stage at which the sexual organs starts to function. The sexual organ in male will be testis. Testis will be produced in this will be producing the sperm, and the female organ, here the male organ will be what? Testis will form the sperm, and then ovary will be the primary sexual organ in female which will form the ovum. Ovum will be female gamete, sperm is the male gamete. This is the onset of puberty. Alright, when in female this puberty starts, the onset of puberty and the first menstrual cycle start, that is also called as menarche. In male, the puberty starts and it never ends. In female, the puberty starts and ends at the stage or age of 45 to 50 years. That is called as menopause. We will study about that even in detail in later of our lectures. Okay. Our next topic is secondary sexual characters in male and female and how they are different. I think all of you know what are the differences between men and women or male and female. So let's take another look biologically how they are different. Those are called as secondary sexual characters. Secondary sexual characters are those characters which distinguishes male from female. So let's see. Here we will write male and here female. Okay, what are the differences? The male will be having a muscular structure, the build-up will be more muscular, right? More muscular. The males will have muscles and all. They'll show the biceps, triceps, everything, right? So these muscles are present, a more muscular body build-up will be there in male. In female, females are soft. So they have less muscular, they are less muscular. Okay. The second difference is, if you take a look, the male will have broad shoulder. Male will have broad shoulder, whereas the female will have narrow shoulder. Okay, that is the second difference. The third is, the male will have you can say narrow pelvis, pelvic region. This pelvis region of this region of the male will be narrow. In case of female, it will be broad, because later in the stages the female has to carry the baby. At that time the pelvic region will be broad. It will be easy to carry the baby. So broad pelvis. Alright. Fourth point, the male will have undeveloped mammary glands. Undeveloped mammary glands. Whereas female will have well developed mammary glands. Right? The male will have, the voice of the male will be more husky, it will be low pitch. So low pitch voice. The female will have high pitch. Alright, low pitch. The larynx of male will be more apparent. If you take a look here, the Adam's apple is only visible in case of male. Female will not have any Adam's apple. So larynx is more apparent, whereas the here less apparent. Alright, and the last point that we can write is, the males will have more body hairs. We have hairs here, on chest also hairs, beard, mustache, but female will not have, right? So more hairs on body. More hairs on body. Female, less hair. And some places where we have hairs, they don't even have it. Like mustache and the beard, they don't have hairs, right? So these are the secondary sexual characters and the differences between male and female